Meadow Suite. I should be glad if all the meadows on the earth were left in a wild state, if that were the consequence of men's beginning to redeem themselves. Henry David Thoreau, Walden. 1. Chasing the meadow. To love a meadow is like that feeling in the morning when the light, no, not the light, the sound, to be quiet. The smell, each drop of dew, perfume of leaf and earth, not yet touched by the sun, not dried, not warm, but still, yes, very still. But no, not still at all, nor silent. Morning songbirds, unseen creatures scurry, chasing around this meadow, below dense sedge and timothy, and something else is turning over in the earth, a giant on the edge of wakefulness, and light is growing now, but not quite yet. Some stars remain to be patient, flickering reds, bright silver spangling specks to steer dreams by, trace of Milky Way muddling the downy sky, and dew, not drops, but heavy, hanging, weighting down each blade, thinking about each blade, no, say it, a relationship with this place. Leaf, yes, every leaf different than a relationship with a single plant, these countless leaves in the meadow. Leaves and stars like gems, call them solidago, tropolium, achillea, goldenrod, pink aster, white yarrow, or let them name themselves as wild flowers. Spread out like a crown, a trunkless tree waiting to rise up as a giant storm across the hills. The noise, oh, how the noise is held cupped in its meadow bowl. Crosstown train loud or louder, an obliterating pitch that knocks out every other thought. The clock, the errands, shopping lists. Chirping, sound-waved, crenellated wall. So many bees, and so many good sounds. Crickets, the wind, the crunching of my feet. Cicada raz, sway of stem on stem on stem. Clack of last year's dogbane seeds. Wished aspen leaves to mimic chattering phoebes, bobolinks, and wrens. Designed to hold you here, to be joyful on the inside. When sound drifts, if it drifts in, if it comes in drifts, it comes in languid waves. A distant road, a bi-winged plane, the sharp bark of the neighbor's brown, unruly dogs. From far away, in a language you learned once, but have forgotten. 2. Clearing buckthorn. To love a golden meadow is to love a moment you have locked away. To mow a meadow is to try to keep a meadow for a moment locked away. To watch the aspen stepping in, to observe dark, slender-fingered birch saplings reach through tall goldenrod and shade the way for hemlock, oak, and pine. To receive is to love a golden meadow in the memory you have locked away. I've been thinking how blue and wide the sky sits in its own becoming. As I've been cutting buckthorn, and probably this plant feels pain, I bend the branches down and find the right place to snip and collect them and look at them. And even though I'm killing them, I'm handling them gently, getting to know them, and that is an interesting thing to hold. We saw the risk we took in doing good, but dared not spare to do the best we could, though harm should come of it. Is this our role as humans? Is this our job in ecosystems to make little adjustments, intervene a little bit, and keep the meadow? Inserting ourselves into this balance, into this system, to be in sync because we're part of it. It is an act of love to care for things, an act of love towards the meadow. 3. Along the edge. A fishing spider slipped into my bed a mile from any pond, but then again the meadow's wet. A saturated meadow, box-shaped, and if you laid the trees around it down, their tops all pointed in, you'd barely find room left to build a house. It's wetter in the middle, hotter too. The air is stifling sweet with the breath of many flowers, a temple of the heat. It's drier then and cooler on the edge, with blues and grays clouding the yellow-green. The hazels are a few years off. Sun burns away the blues on goldenrod, aster, meadow sweet, blueberry leaf. Thick shade changing everything. On the surface, it's about paying attention to color, but on a deeper level, the sensation of the meadow opening your soul straight to the sky, while all around the darkness closes in, dew and shadow, voles, ground hornets, Cooper's hawk, barred owl. Now then, now, the chance for flowers, before not mowing brings the trees, before the trees, seeing the opening, march into a shadowy claim. And so the back of my neck burns, with my head bowed in worship to the summer's fading sun. Boots sink in boggy ground, sedge, milkweed, bone break, finding a better place for this gray spider's rest. Curled up tightly in a ball in the bottom of a paper cup, the fishing spider thinks I am a giant and its whole world has come to an apocalyptic end. I bid hasty retreat then, back to the supposed shelter on the edge, bee-balm, heel-all, white clover, where I see the aspens already extend farther than when I passed this way an hour ago, slyly slipping forward like a friend's enormous dog slips up onto your lap, first one paw, then before you even realize it, you cannot breathe. Before I left that spot, I raised a simple prayer that in the season of mowing, this place should be forgot. 4. Moldboard. When the axe falls on the trees, when its rhythmic chop resounds, or else the bulldozer, when the land is cleared to be busy, man knows he's playing God. Who else would rip the sod away from earth the way the red-tailed hawk rips out the rabbit's heart? The hawk gives rabbits wings the way a squirrel gives feet to hickory trees, and blue jays lend their flight to cherry seeds. And when the meadows mown or plowed and planted, and now we must rename it as a field, that is a sign of humans playing God again, wearing out hard metal gears and knee and shoulder joints, burning gas and oil, burning candles at both ends, to turn the soil and plant and sow in endless neat and tidy rows, to be giant on what had once planted itself as a meadow. Consider then the lilies of the field, as I am living here, exchanging air and water with this land. 5. Like earthen tides. The field is plowed, the meadow goes unmanaged. The meadow manages itself. The meadow is finished with men. The meadow leans into its own future, sinks under its blankets, layer upon layer, dropping into deep wet earth, passing its soul upwards to a higher plane, the plane of birch and pine, and they in turn give up the ghost to hemlock, beech, and oak. Forest is the heaven of the meadow, the place the meadow goes when it lays down its mortal bones, its sheaths of cellulose and calcium, its sugared nectars, protein-laden seeds. And when that heaven falls from age or fire, the slog of seasons or the punctuated crisp calamity, forest becomes meadow once again. Meadow is the heaven of the forest. 6. Ephemeral. To love a meadow is to love the smooth and silky strand at ebb tide, ripples in the sand as waves recede, or love the sleeping weight of your small child, that warm immensity melding atop your hip, the damp hands clasped behind your neck, late in the night, lifted from car to house and up the stairs. All beauty is ephemeral, and all our love can be more fierce, more wild, if we let go, release it to the wind, freely surrender to this fleeting glimpse of God, the sacred moment in the meadow of perfection when every moment is its own perfection.